Coming to you live from deep down the rabbit hole, this is Optimal Play. I'm Brandon.
I'm Neelan.
And we are back with the expanded Madcala, A Wonderland's War game, where I am fighting via Tea Party to maintain my win streak.
Yeah, one of those battle tea parties we've heard about. I've lost now, both in our recorded game and in our secret game.
Yeah, our secret game. Yeah. Well, anytime that I'm playing board games and the cameras aren't on, it's a
secret game. So I feel I have to like pull out a win here to not be like walking away completely embarrassed.
And I'll be trying to stop you. I'll be trying to make sure that you walk away completely embarrassed.
Rude.
We are, as I mentioned, we're playing with, it's just called Expansion Set number 1, Tweedles and Caterpillars, which adds those two characters to the game. It's a simple little box, that's all that's in it. It hasn't changed any other mechanics or the commoner deck or anything. I guess I should say, if you haven't seen our past videos, I'll give a quick overview for what Madcala is, but we also did a full teach in another video and have put a playthrough with base game characters already. So lots more on the channel that could be a better place to start. But in Madcala, we are playing at this tea party table, a game based on Madcala, the ancient classic. We really should have.
We should have looked this
up.
We should have
looked this up between filmings. Like, was it Mesopotamian or? But anyway, very old board game Madcala, repurposed here, where we are picking up these shards, dropping them onto these plates around the table, triggering the ability that's the last one we use as in an attempt to attack each other, heal ourselves, and be the last person with health remaining.
Right.
And then we each have a special character and some +1s, some extra guests we brought that add some abilities that we're finding are fun, but not as impactful as just what's going on in the middle.
Yeah, they give you like some opportunities, like spend your shards, which you can manipulate like your numbers on each plate, which is cool, and get some cool effects in the process. So like that's cool.
I was going to just segue into you talking about your character, but I just realized that I've gone way too far and not mentioned that Druid City Games provided this copy for a playthrough. So thank you to them for that. Okay, back to it. Want to tell us about the Caterpillar?
Let's do it. So I have the Caterpillar, and the thing that off the bat jumps out of this is I have 15 health to start as opposed to the usual, which is 25.
Yeah, and I think across with the expansion, there are now 8 characters. I think that the other 7 are all 25, so that's very different.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a twist to that, which we'll talk about right away, which is as soon as I get to 0 health, I'm not dead. But at the end of that turn, I would flip over and come back with 5 health. Okay, and from that point on, I'm in a more like powered up state because of this hookah token, which is something that moves every single turn. I move it over, I flip it, and I resolve the effect on it, which is going to be either getting me shards or using the space that it lands on. So once I'm in my like low health final state, that gets doubled. So that's the main thing going on over there. Then my other cards are about regaining health whenever I take damage, and then I have one which allows me to swap the position of like shards on my board, which could be quite cool.
And over here with Tweedledee and Tweedledum, I'm going Dublin because they have 2 faces. Actually, I guess both of these have that in common. That they have 2 sides like to their character card, but for different reasons. They're going to toggle back and forth between the Tweedledee and the Tweedledum side, depending on whether or not I used my large doubler shard in my move. And then have some modifying effects either way. I won't go too far down the rabbit hole with that right now. But then my Crow token also allows me to copy one of your moves where I set it. And then I also can punish you with my Walrus and Carpenter. When you use your doubler, I get to deal some damage to you and heal myself. So I'm all about the doublers over on this side of the table. With that, maybe... Oh, where's the coin? There's a coin that you flipped. We had it out because we were looking at the coin versus the metal coin.
Oh, they were over there. I'll go grab them.
All right. This is great. This is great entertainment.
Do you want the metal one?
Let's do the metal one. Why not? Yeah. Yeah, they sent us I think it was probably a crowdfunding stretch goal or something. Well, I have flipped it both times, so why don't you see if it changes your fate, if you're the one who flips, and I'll call it.
So you're going to call cat or hat?
Hat. It is hat. Okay, so I'm going first. which I think is all completely different from how our games have gone.
That is true. This is what turns it around for me. It's that first player disadvantage I've heard so much about.
Yeah. And the only there is actually a first player disadvantage, which is just that you can't use your +1 cards. It seems like a pretty minor disadvantage. So with no cards in hand and can't use these, I'm just going straight for my move. I'm Tweedledee, which starts face up, and it triggers when I use a move action that includes my doubler, which I think means it will trigger and flip over. But what it does is it means that I can drop my doubler on a plate at a different time than at the end of my movement, which is normally you have to save it for last. Since if I use my doubler, it's just going to be moving one space. Actually, that feels terrible, using my doubler.
Yeah, because it's not going to help you at all.
Oh, this is already awkward, because I have to use my doubler to flip to the side that rewards me for not using my doubler, but I don't want to use it here because healing and refreshing cards are both bad. So never mind. I am just going to start with a standard move onto this plate that lets me draw a commoner card, and then since I did not use my doubler, that doesn't trigger my ability. I think it is your go.
Okay, you're not going to use that card, I assume?
I'm not going to use the card.
Okay, I have to start by moving this token, which flips over, which gets me a shard on my home base.
Okay.
And it is now kind of tempting just to use that and just deal 4 damage straight to your face, which I think I'll do. We'll do a 1, 2, and double damage to you.
Wow, I'm down to 21.
Then, do I want to use...
And this is going to move their next turn and just do 2 damage?
Another one, yeah, exactly.
Oh,
feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
You're gonna love this. I'm going to activate mushrooms. So I'm going to pull this back, spending 1 shard.
Okay.
I'm going to swap all the shards from 2 spaces on my side of the playmat, and this could include a space with no shards. So I'm going to swap these 2 back to here.
So you can just do it again?
I could just do it again next time. That is my turn.
I don't like that at all. Well, maybe I just do move my doubler now that I can take advantage of at least the heal on this space.
That's fair.
Here's what I think I will do is I will go ahead and move the doubler here. I will just double heal, putting me back up to 23. It doesn't feel like it's going great for me when you deal 4 damage to me and then I heal 2, and that's how the turns go. But since I moved my doubler, even though the not having to place it until last was not relevant, it will flip over to Tweedledum, and now I can, when I take a move action that does not use my doubler, I can spend a shard from anywhere. And it says discard 1 shard, but we talked about it at the beginning and decided it must mean one of mine, because it's written like a cost. Which then lets me bump the doubler 1 space and do that doubled, meaning it can move into this double damage space myself. Before I pass the turn, I think I am going to use the crow.
Okay.
So it costs me 2 shards. I'm just going to take them from here. And it puts a token, the crow token, down between 2 plates. Does it? It doesn't have any other limitations to where I need to put it, so it could go on my side. But I'm going to put it on your side. I'll put it here.
Yep.
And if you take an action that ends on either of those 2 plates, I also get to do the ability. And then the crow comes off the board.
Okay. Which is... That's the end of your turn,
That's
right?
the end of my turn.
Yeah, which is good because I probably am just about to do that. But let's start with this, which will do 2 damage to you.
Ow, back down to 21.
Would it be silly to avoid doing this? I don't think so. So I think I'm just going to do that, which is move this here, double this to do 4 damage to you, 2 damage to me.
Yep.
And you get your crow back.
I'm still winning? 17 to 13.
Yeah.
Scoreboard, right?
That's not nothing. Do I want to use... Oh, could have used smoke screen, which I did not do on my turn. I guess that would be right now, right? Because we just resolved this effect. So after I took damage, I could spend 2 to gain 2 health.
Oh, yeah.
I will do that. So I'll spend 2 from here, flip this down.
Oh, and I guess now is when I can do Walrus and Carpenter to deal a damage and heal 1. I kind of think that if I'm going to... I don't think I want to spend the shard right now, because I think next time I get the option to refresh, I just want my crow back. The crow seems good. Okay.
Okay.
You finished?
That's it.
All right. So I am going to take advantage of Tweedledum making a move that does not include my doubler. I will make this move, healing me for 1 and dealing 2 damage to you.
Okay. I'm down to 13.
And I'm up to 18. And then Tweedledum says I can discard a card or a shard from anywhere. I'm counting to where these would go. I'm actually not mad about gaining some shards at home if I move these, so I'm going to leave them alone. I'll just discard one of these to advance my doubler exactly 1 space and double that effect.
That's
so I'm
crazy.
dealing 4 more damage to you.
I'm down to 9.
We are burning each other's health pools fast. This might be a quick game. And then after that, I flip this card over. So now the next time I use my character's ability, it will be the not having to place my doubler last, which again, I'm not set up for. I'm not sure I'm playing this very well. I am... What are you going to do? I need shards. You're going to
I'm set up
probably get yourself...
gain 4, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do with my crow here. Because I will, since I'm not set up for a refresh anytime soon, I'm going to go ahead and use my Mock Turtle. This is my Corrupt, so my Corrupt +1 can only be used, in this case, since there's 3 shards on it, 3 times in the game. It simply just refreshes one of my other cards. So I get to place a shard from it onto a plate. That sets up a nice... That sets up the doubler nicer, yeah. And that refreshes the crow. And then the question is, do I want to just use the crow now to try to well, it would spend 2 shards and then gain 2 shards if you just go there. But I lose out on the card. You know what? I will do it. If only because I can put it there, and then if you go for any hijinks trying to set up that space, I take advantage of that one.
Okay.
Okay. Passing the turn back to you.
Okay, we'll start by flipping this, which gets me a shard here. 1, 2 to get there for 2. That would be potentially actually the right way to do this, which is I will do these 2. I will do 1, 2, trigger the crow.
I saw that.
So I will get 2 shards from this.
And I also will get 2 shards, and my crow comes home. I wondered if I should put it there and just make sure that when you work your way towards that. I guess I got time.
Yeah, you could
I
still
could
do
also
it,
get it there. Yeah.
Then did I want to do anything else? I don't think so.
Okay. So I think I'll just take the obvious move here and go 1, 2, doubling 2 damage and a heal. So 4 damage to you, and I will heal for 2.
Yeah, I feel like anytime...
I'm back up to 20.
I am down to 7.
Oh, boy.
I think anytime you get the opportunity to do that, double and heal, it feels silly not to with a doubler.
Agreed. That's really there should just be a big bullseye or something like that. That is the most important space in the game, I feel like.
Right.
Also, this is, if you include our secret game, this is our 3rd game of this, and no one has ever landed on their home plate.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that is poor play or just that is really such a niche, unlikely thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, it did seem really hard. I will say that after a point, I wasn't angling to do it as much as maybe I could have.
I kind of stopped thinking about it.
Yeah.
And because the way to do it is to get a bunch of shards in one of these plates and loop all the way around.
Right.
It's just very hard and not that hard for your opponent to disrupt if it looks like you're trying to do it. And then the payoff of doing a single thing once and then taking another turn. Yeah, it's good, but it's not.
I would say it's pretty good, but then at the flip side to it as well, right? You're probably dumping a bunch of your shards on their plates as well. So it's I don't know. Yeah, it seems hard to pull off and not necessarily amazing. Mm-hmm. But potentially, I mean, a double turn, potentially quite powerful if you do the right thing.
It's true.
It's back to me, right?
Yeah, as soon as I flip Tweedledee, just because I did move my doubler, even though I did not reorder it, that'll flip. Okay, back to you.
Okay, so we flip this here, and then we do this action.
Ow.
Take 2, I will heal 1. Mm-hmm. I've got to find a way to refresh these things, but that doesn't seem... do I refresh my... What does smokescreen cost? That's 2 shards just to use it. Probably smart to do that, but I think I'm just going to do the thing that we were just saying, which is let's double double the big guy.
It's funny, I was complimenting, in one of our past videos, I'm pretty sure, I was complimenting the printing of the text of the card on the back so that when they're face down, you don't have to keep looking at them to check, but they missed the shard
I was
costs.
just thinking the same thing. Yeah, not having that is a pretty silly thing, considering.
Yeah, especially since they went as far as to, to do the text on the back.
To have all of that and then still see me flipping back to the front.
Yeah,
Feels silly.
odd.
Okay, so I will. I'll do a double to you.
So it's 4 damage to me, puts me at 14.
I go back up to 10. That's
okay.
A little bit closer.
Yeah, especially because you're really at have another plus 5.
5.
Okay. Well, is that it to me?
That is it.
Okay. I don't love. Well, I do love the idea of sending my doubler over there. Actually, this is interesting. Yeah, I have the one that rewards me for not using the doubler currently. All right, sure. Why not? I am going to not use the doubler. I'm just going to move these 3 off of home plate. I'll deal 2 damage to you with that plate.
Okay, I'm down to 8.
And then Tweedledum triggers, and I can discard a shard from anywhere to advance my doubler 1 space and gain its effect doubled. So I will just get rid of one of these. Move the doubler, and I'm going to draw 2 commoner cards.
Nice.
And then I have 3, so I should definitely play one. Well, this one, definitely no big reason to hold on to a pure healing card. So the Rose will heal me for 2, puts me at 16. And I guess I can sit on these. I'm just looking at your... No. I don't like that your doubler is heading for this. So I'll go ahead and play Gimbal. It's going to deal 2 damage to you and strike one of your shards, and let me get that shard off the table.
Yeah.
Okay, back to you.
Okay, we'll advance the token, which gets me a shard over here. I hadn't accounted for this.
And Tweedledum flips back after I used that ability.
You have given me the option to double refresh, which is... It's not the worst thing in the world.
That's true.
But that would give you the doubler there, which I really don't want to do.
Yeah, and it looks like I can trigger Tweedledum, the thing that lets me, that I just did, where I can spend a shard to move my doubler. It is doable if I did not use my doubler already, meaning if I could use your doubler and trigger that. That feels like a great situation for me.
Okay, I'm going to... Feeling a bit worried about being on 6 health here, but is this just a waste of a turn? That would get it down to 1, 2, 3. There. Okay, yeah, I'll just do this. I'll pick up these guys.
Did you already?
I did.
Okay,
yes, yeah. I will do a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ouch.
Just to do 2 damage and heal to myself.
I'm at 14.
And I think that's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, it feels like the crow should be back on the table. Somewhere that you've got so many shards over there. Okay, I am going to... Nah, I'm just going to keep putting on the damage. I think I'm kind of winning the damage race. Kind of. So I will use my doubler... Again, even though I don't have to drop it last I'm going to, it just keeps working out that way. I'll put it here. I'll do 4 damage to you.
Down to 3.
That will flip Tweedledee back to Tweedledum, and I will play a Hedgehog to gather 3 shards home. So I'm going to take my doubler back home. And let me think about what else. I'm actually pretty worried about I'm running low on shards, and I think I want to spend some more here. So I'm going to pull this one back, and I definitely want to do all 3 and actually line up for that, I think. And then I want the doubler to be the only thing on the plate. Okay, so that's what I want to do. And then I do think I will spend a shard from the Mock Turtle, placing it anywhere out here. I can put it there, I guess. To refresh a +1, refreshing the crow, and then I want that back on the board, and I'm just trying to think about where. You're heading towards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this or this, so it could straddle that. It doesn't affect me in any way. It only disrupts or makes you have to think about it on your turns. Yeah, let's do it. Who needs these? Spend those, put the crow here. These are the spaces that I would most like. Combination of, I think, are most likely that you go to and that I would like their benefits. So
Okay.
There we go. Your turn.
I am going to...
And you're at 3 with your
three
still
health.
with your
Yeah,
1 up
my
in your pocket,
game.
but yeah.
Okay, so we start by advancing this, which means I will get a refresh. I'm going to refresh mushrooms.
Oh, interesting. I'm surprised you didn't refresh the smoke screen, the heal.
Yeah. I was contemplating back and forth between the two, but this feels right because what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend... oh, I don't know about this actually, but I'm going to spend one of these from mushrooms to use it right away. And move my doubler back to here.
Interesting. And that's swapping, but this is empty.
Yeah, so swapping those 2 plates, that does use that. And then I'm going to go ahead and use it for 4 damage to you.
Ow, okay. And that sets you up for another 4.
Yeah.
Woof. Okay, at least as your hookah moves on this side of the table, it's not triggering the damage. Huh.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And you didn't visit my crow. I don't like anything about what just happened there. Okay. I mean, I think I continue with my plan, even though it's starting to feel a little scary. I need to start probably trying to use my Walrus and Carpenter more. It just deals 1 damage and heals 1.
After an opponent, when I use my doubler?
Yeah. Anytime that your doubler moves.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunities to do that. You're usually, not always, but usually using your doubler. And I think I just need the shards. This also sets up that space. Yeah, I hate just spending a whole turn not dealing any damage while you're at 3. But I'm going to make this move. So because that... Yeah, that'll be the move. Because that did advance my doubler, it doesn't... Tweedledum doesn't matter. It was looking for me to not use my doubler, but I decided to there. So I'm going to double gaining 2 shards, gain 4 shards at home. Yeah, the crow is already kind of locked on the board. Yeah. So at least those are available to use the walrus.
We need to, which you might be doing right now.
Might be. Are you moving the doubler?
Let's do this first, which means I get a shard. Then I will move the doubler. So we'll do 1, 2.
Okay.
To do 4 damage to you and heal 2.
I'm at 6.
I'm at 5.
And then sure, I'll go ahead and spend a shard from here to use Walrus and Carpenter, dealing 1 damage and healing 1.
Okay, I'm down to 4.
I'm back up to 7. You now have more combined health than me.
That is actually
this got grim really fast.
Yeah.
Anything else for your turn?
That is it. I think I want to say that's it. Is that it? Gosh, I don't know. That's it. Maybe that's it. Yeah, let's say that's it.
All right. Well, I think I did bad. Well, okay, I can spend some shards to manipulate where they are. Right now, all of my options land here.
That is
because once you get pushed to 0, any other damage is wasted. It doesn't I could deal out basically I could land here and then use this to move my doubler and deal out a lot of damage, but it overkills you in a way that's not useful.
Yeah, because I would fully heal at the end of your turn regardless of well, not fully heal, sorry, heal back up to 5.
So, what does that mean I should do?
That's so funny that you have that 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Because at worst that just means you could just do that every turn.
Well, and I kind of I was at least somewhat. I wasn't unaware that that's how it was landing, but I was well, that's the best plate anyway, so I'm not complaining. But it's not the best plate in this circumstance. Yeah. I might rather be able to hit that, hit to draw some cards, and then use Tweedledum's ability to get the doubler on there for the first kill. I'm just trying to figure out how I can do that. Well, so I will use Mock Turtle's last shard. Oops, this goes out of here. That might do it all on its own. Yeah, okay. We're saved. All right, I'll use Mock Turtle because it says place a shard from here on your side of the playmat to refresh +1 card. Yeah. I mean, if you're avoiding the crow and it's stuck there, I guess I will refresh the Walrus and Carpenter. Speaking of which, I'm not familiar with them at all. Do these mean anything to you?
They're definitely from the original story. I can't remember that there's 2 characters that are very mathematician-y. It might be the walrus in the car. A lot of the original book has these like math puzzles, like sort of.
Oh, have you read the original
a
novel?
long
I
time
don't think I
ago.
ever have.
But I can't remember much about which characters are which anymore. It's like every time one of these cards shows up, I'm like, oh yeah, them. But that's about as much as I remember. Like I remember the Mock Turtle.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, the Mock Turtle, actually, I'm not familiar with either. I think Tweedledum and Tweedledee,
Sure.
they're much bigger just in culture in general.
Yeah.
They're the only things on my side of the table that I'm familiar with.
A lot of them didn't make it into the Disney movie. That's the main thing, I think.
Okay, so that's refreshed.
Okay.
I added a shard. I went 1. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just drawing a single card here. Okay, and then I will trigger Tweedledum to discard 1 shard from anywhere. I like 4 here. I'll discard 1 from this space to move my doubler once and gain the effect doubled. So I'll go here, 4 damage to you, healing myself for 2. So that pushes you
me to 0.
And heals me to 9.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
I will end the turn.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, I flip over to this side. I go back up to 5 health, and the effect of my hooker token over here is now doubled.
Mm-hmm. Which I think doesn't really scare me until it gets here. When it draws you 2 free cards, suddenly you could just like burn me down. Yeah. Especially we haven't seen very much damage from these cards.
Okay, back to me.
Yeah.
I guess I just do this now twice.
Yeah.
So that does give me 4 tokens over 4 shards over here.
You are rich.
Does that give me any interesting options? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would give me a card. Not that exciting. But it does also maybe set me up for some more interesting stuff. I could just draw 2 cards from the doubler, but I'm not sure that that's right either. Yeah, interesting. I think I'm going to, you know what, I actually think I'm just going to do that. I'm going to double.
Wow, just draw 3 cards?
Or
2 cards,
just draw 2 cards, yeah.
Double 1 is 2, it turns out.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Like, it's a little bit sort of hard of the cards, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Okay, I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with this thing. I will be playing at least this one. You know what, there's no reason not to do both. No, you know what, I'll hang on to this one. I will play this one, which is heal 1.
I don't think you can go above 5. It's what's printed on your...
Oh, that's a good point.
It's what's printed on your character.
That's a good point. Ooh, then it's tempting just to hold on to it.
Yeah, unless you really want to bring a shard home.
Which was the main reason actually I was playing it for what it's worth, just to get my doubler back to the start.
Oh, yeah.
Which you know what, I think I'm going to do that anyway. I think I'm going to pull my doubler. Okay. Feels a little bit of a waste, but
you could basically save that card for the start of your next turn, and if you take between 0 and 4 or between 1 and 4 damage, it'll be useful.
Yeah, maybe I'll do exactly that. That does mean that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh no.
Did I? No, I don't actually think that I don't think that I have a kill here. I do think that I probably screwed up by not using the Walrus and Carpenter when you...
Yeah. Would that have been enough for it?
I mean, it would have been 1 damage, and then I would just be a double damage away. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, I had to flip this back over. So now I'm on the side that lets me drop my doubler anywhere along the way. I maybe just Hail Mary here for cards. Because I'm not set up for a... Oh, wait. Damn it. Yes, I could have killed you if I'd used the Walrus.
Oh, that's good news. Good news all around.
Okay. Yep. That's my misplay. I think I'll still do the thing. My card is another hedgehog, so I can gather 3 shards to home, which looked bad until I realized I do have the ability that lets me drop my doubler anywhere. So I will bring the doubler home. I don't even think I want to pull more than that. And then I will go ahead and use my home plate to drop like this and put that doubler right back onto the deal 2, heal 2, or heal 1 and double. So I'm at 11. You're at 1.
I'm at 1. It's looking bad. It's looking bad.
But that's it. I'll point out that I use this Carpenter and deal 1 damage in response to moving your doubler. So
yeah,
I do think that if you move it like with that card that you almost played before, I think you would resolve the card and get the heal. So you wouldn't. But it's possible for you to die during your own turn here.
Oh, so you're saying that would even include? Yeah, that would include like pulling it back to the start.
It specifically says here from a move shards action or other effect.
Interesting. Yeah. So that is very. I'm actually in this very scary position all of a sudden where it's like, yeah, anything that moves my doubler could just be something that kills me now, which is...
Yeah, I'm interpreting this. It says use after, so I think you would resolve the whole action. So if it were to land on a heal, like you can have the heal first before I apply this. Yeah,
that makes sense. Okay, let's start with this, which is not very exciting because I have one shard, which would have been doubled.
Yeah, if you get another turn, the two free cards is what's going to be really scary to me. Yeah.
Oh, I feel like I just have to do some healing. 1, 2.
Oh, this flipped because I did the not.
It's just you're not within like striking distance anymore in a way that feels good.
Yeah, I'm feeling fairly optimistic, but I don't know what those cards. Well, I guess I know what one of those cards does. I don't know what the other one does.
I'll do this. So I'll pick up these to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow.
Which at least is like a hit. So
Okay.
I'll heal 1.
And deal 2
damage
to me.
to you.
Right, I'm at 9.
Then do I want to do this? Do I want to do this now? I don't think I do. So I'll stay.
Oh, and I guess let me go ahead before you say anything else. And oh wait, you didn't move your doubler.
No, I didn't.
Why did I think you moved your doubler? Okay, I'm not using the walrus. All right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Huh. I just need a 2 damage. Oh wait, aren't I just set up to do it here? I think so. 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, actually.
Unless you want to play a card that messes with that.
And in fact, like even this does it, right? Yeah. So I don't think I even adequately set myself up even to like stop you at this point.
I think if you did play that Lily card and heal yourself to 3 and and move this so that I can't get there with the doubler, I think that buys you time. If you want to say you did that, I'm fine with that.
Should we do that just in the interest of saying that this isn't immediately over?
Sure.
Okay, sure. That's appreciated.
And I'm not even... I'm going to think about whether there is a way it can still be over.
It's very possible that it's not going to matter.
But I think you need to have that be the one you pull
must
home,
pull this away and put it there, which is
because now it can only get to there.
Yeah. I think I'm like on my last legs regardless, so this is going to be like very brief respite. But
yeah, what I think is just like the next. I think that once your hookah came over to my side of the board, it's been pretty ho hum. But the potential payoff for it. And sort of what I think your character is hoping to stay alive to here and getting those 2 free cards.
Yeah.
And that could really turn the game. So...
I also just have, I have such an awkward arrangement of shards right now.
I don't have any cards in hand. I'm thinking about this. I can... Well, okay. I think the way that I go for the kill is... All right, yeah, I think it's actually pretty likely that I kill you here.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and do a move without my doubler. Go here, do 2 damage to you.
Yep, I'm down to 1.
And then Tweedledum, since I didn't use my doubler, lets me discard a shard to move my doubler, and I'm going to draw 2 cards.
Okay.
So if I get some damage
one of
here,
these is damage.
And the flamingo will do a damage. Yeah, that one wasn't. So by the skin of my teeth. Yeah. Wow. Good game.
That's good. Good game. Yeah, that's so interesting because it's kind of like, like you said, like there's a point in time where this gets quite powerful as it starts to move around in this double damage.
Really was.
But then I'm just like on a hair's
cranked out damage in the early game and then kind of petered out. It was a little weird. Totally. Yeah.
So the thing I was sort of banking on a little bit because I was like within like 3 of having.
Oh, you had a 3 damage in hand.
So like,
oh wow.
So some of the thought was a little bit like we have a double damage over here which gets me 4. Plus the 3, if there was a way to do 2 more damage to you, which could have been on those 2 cards as well. So like, it was like within possibility. but like I don't think I had it in me to like survive.
That's what like learning the rules. I didn't expect it to feel this way, but in practice, because of the damage that's just on the cards, like once you're down to single digits, it feels like the game could end any time.
Any moment, exactly. Yeah,
someone's just got to close it out.
Yeah, the thing I've liked about all of our games so far, they've all felt. And I mean, maybe you felt less this way this game, but like they felt on a knife's edge like all the time. So it kind of felt like you said, you're within one strong move of getting killed like very quickly. It just moves very briskly.
Yeah, I managed to get a couple heals and you didn't do any damage for a while, so it brought me back from, I was at 6 or 5 there, I think, and that's when I was the most scared.
Yeah, because there was a point in time, right, where you said where I technically had more health than you.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's because you had like 4 plus 5, and I only had 6 or 7.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where I was the most scared. And then when you really had trouble putting too much together. And it was a really interesting kind of note about this card that I got you to 1, and then suddenly you had to be very careful with your doubler.
Totally. Yeah, which is not a great, like, it's funny because I like, there's a lot of stuff like that in like the previous sets where it kind of just feels like, man, I want to do the thing, but it's like so restrictive and so painful to do it. But, which is good.
It's still a really clever system. It's everything you do. And I feel like as I've played it more times, I'm getting better at considering what my move means for you.
Right, exactly. What am I setting up by sending this there and so forth. Yeah.
Although I worry a little bit that the way that's manifesting is I'm getting better at just never sending shards to your side.
That is interesting because it's like,
because there are tools for avoiding doing that.
Like I do think that like one of the things that is somewhat interesting about that, right, is you can spend shards from the opponent's side. So it's not like strictly bad to be like, okay, this is a big move, and then I will just spend those shards, in a way that's like, okay, I'm losing access to them, but at least you're not getting access to them.
And I did, maybe the reason I feel like the player interaction, at least as far as me having to think about that, was a little bit underwhelming this game, was because I happened to draw 2 of these hedgehogs.
Sure.
So twice I pulled my doubler back.
Yeah.
So that's potentially why, because I do think that is the most interesting thing about it, about Madcala in general, and then also about a game based on it, is that thinking about where you're leaving those beads and what potential options that leaves your opponent.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, very cool. Well,
very cool. Yeah,
I enjoyed it a lot.
I did too. Yeah, I think the thing that's also very apparent is like the factions definitely have. There's enough spice in what they add to it that I'm almost interested to see, like, we now know how like these factions like match up against each other, but like in the intermixing of that, there could be something very, very interesting as well.
Yeah, I definitely think that there are. Now I'm struggling to think of them. I remember during a couple of our games, I remember thinking like, oh, this card that I have, like one of my +1s would have been really countered by another one.
Sure, yeah,
I'm blanking on what those were, but yeah, it's. I'm sure that some matchups are better than others.
I would imagine, for sure.
And actually, you and I, partly because we're playing on camera and wanted the game to be set up and everything, but the rules actually have you on the coin flip, like that determines the it determines the first player, but also the order that you select your characters.
Oh, got it. So is the idea that you would draw 2 and then choose which one of those you want?
No, I think it's just, let's see.
Just choose
and it's kind of squishy. It says, let's see, the player going second chooses one guest card, which is your main character card, places it in the far left slot of the playmat. The first player then chooses a guest.
Okay,
Then it says, alternatively, players may simply choose the guest using any method they prefer. So we weren't cheating by just by picking outside the game.
No, totally. But like that at least gives you some amount of like, okay, well, if I'm going to go second, then I'm definitely going to be this guy. So
yeah, that's interesting, because I guess that's in theory a pretty big advantage to the second player. And I don't know if we have felt like first player advantage was a big
I didn't think so, but
also maybe the way the characters counter each other is not that strong.
Right. Yeah, I guess I would also assume that there's like, because also like I don't know, there's part of me that immediately thinks that like, okay, once you've chosen your character, then I can choose a character that counters that character, right? Which is also kind of funky, but yeah.
I think an example of like I played in our last video, I played as the Red Queen.
Yes.
She really wanted to spam that card that recruits soldiers by putting the cards face down under her. And Alice, the one that locks down a card, I remember thinking like like Alice is the one character I'm really glad I'm not against. For example. So there's some of that. Maybe Alice is one of the. Maybe Alice being good against cards or against characters that really use one of their +1s a lot. Maybe that's the best example of one countering another.
Specifically countering, yeah, for sure.
But cool. This was great.
Yeah, this was great.
Thank you very much. This was super fun. Thank you again, Druid City Games, for the copy of Madcala. If you, the viewer, I'm no longer speaking to Druid City Games. If you, the viewer, thinks this looks interesting, I will put a link to their store if you want to check it out further. But otherwise, this is not a commercial. We're just here to have fun, and you have a lot of fun on your podcasts. Board Game Barrage.
Board Game Barrage. We release every 2 weeks wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah. I'm sure people have heard of you.
Yeah,
You've swept the Golden Geeks.
I never want to assume, but if you've never heard of us, and there you go.
It's one of my favorite board games. I won't inflate your ego too high and say it's my favorite. But I want to know.
It's in the top.
In my top 50. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I only listen to about 3, so it's by default in there, I guess. I just you guys do your annual top 50, so it felt like a fitting jab.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
unfair.
That's gonna do it here. We'll be back with all sorts of playthroughs and more on the channel in the near future. Until then, be optimal.
Bye-bye.